I don't know if I have pausing it. Hello. Can you hear me all right? That is if you're still there. Hello. I don't know if I actually have any plans for this, so you guys can ask me questions if you want. I don't really have anything I plan on doing. Well, welcome to the live stream then. You will realize quickly that I am very unorganized and unplanned. And any background noises you hear is because I'm in a basement. I have an axolotl back here with running water. I thought it was a comment. Hello to all people just arriving. It's awesome that you're going to get that you're getting to go to a craft store. Can you see what? Oh, the axolotl. No, my camera can't see her. She's a mix between a melanistic and a wild type. So she's a greenish black color. Bye to the person leaving. My day's been pretty good. How's your all days been? Thank you. Fun fact about this mask, when I was making it, legitimately decided on details purely because I thought they were cool. There was very little planning that went into this. Like, the giant ears that are like a foot long if you're American, they were completely not original planning. That they were done only because the original ears of the mask were like, they stopped here. And I thought those were too small. Yeah, you, she, her. And I live in America, so, or the USA, whichever people in other countries call it by, because I'm not sure. Because in the USA, we just call it America. But I don't know if that carries over to outside of it. Yeah, the storm that came rolling through yesterday, I thought I was honestly going to have a tornado. Like, the clouds were moving around that quick, and you could watch them, like, move. You could watch him move. I have a couple videos of it, and I was thinking about posting it, but I didn't feel like going through all the editing yesterday to post it. driving. I don't really get tornadoes here really ever. It's only once every like couple years that there's a tornado in the immediate area where I live, apparently, from what I've heard. I haven't actually lived here very long. Just that we're due one near based off of the pattern of when they arrive, so we're kind of due one sometime in the next 3 years. Hey, so I have the mascot with me. He says hello. You all were gonna have a video yesterday, but then I got I was going to be making cookies, and I thought, why not just record that with the mask? Because I've been having block recently. And then I got tornado warning, told us we had to stay in a safe place for like an hour, and I'm like, oh man, now I gotta be in my basement for an hour, and I can't make cookies. Yeah, I can answer questions. Just sometimes the chat moves quickly with more people here, and so I might miss them, and you might have to re-say it. Thank you. I don't play Deltarune or Undertale. I've wanted to off and on, but never really committed to actually going and playing it. I also don't have the game. I do like insects. I don't play Roblox. I've thought about Roblox before too, but looking at like the community there scares me a little bit, and I don't want to get into Roblox. Similar with Undertale and Deltarune. The community there scares me a little bit too. But that might just be because my sister got into it before I did. Rats are adorable, and I'd have a pet one if I didn't prefer reptiles. I like cats. This tank has a leopard gecko. This tank has, well, technically the tank is up here and this is a cabinet, but this tank has an axolotl. Deltarune scares me because the community around it scares me. Like, all the different sands, I think they're called AUs, all that stuff. I just stay away from that. Haven't heard of Warhammer 40k. Also, just a quick shout out to Onion who's here. They're pretty cool. I'm subscribed to them, and their art is awesome. They sound very similar, okay? That's why I'm not part of the community. I believe that Deltarune is made by the same people who made Undertale, if I'm correct, from what I've heard. But I'm not 100% sure, and so I just don't touch it. And like I said, I also don't have the game. Oh, it's free? Okay, maybe I'll look at it then. I'll have to remember. My axolotl's name is Fenrir, and if anyone else is also curious, leopard gecko's name is Corbin. Goodbye to the person leaving. I have not played Deep Rock Galactic. Just so you all know, like, forewarning, I don't play a lot of first-person shooter games or those type of games. I play a lot more platformer games or games like Minecraft. Some people consider that boring, but I still think it's fun. That's cool. My mom had a lot of weird pets when she was a kid. A lot of weird pets. It's because when she was younger, she lived in Montana, out in the middle of nowhere, and my grandpa was a fur trapper at the time, apparently well known. Not really anymore, because fur trapping has gone down a lot, for obvious reasons. Like, my mom is told that they basically had a pet moose named George Washington because he would run through their yard every day and drink out of a coffee cup. You can ask me a few questions, but if I'm in the middle of telling a story, do not expect me to see it. Because, like, there's more people here right now, consistently, than I've had in a long time. Like, most of the time, my lives average around 8 people. Or at least is what it says in the little counter it has up here for me. I would go to mountains. Like, somewhere with mountains. Doesn't even really have to be super huge, tall, Mount Everest level mountains, just mountains. I've had one stream like that. The point is, you just won't find that stream because I deleted it. If you read my bio, great for you. I don't know how many people actually do that. I put that there as a precautionary thing because I don't want to see it if it ever does happen. And I saw there was a question above that, but I forgot what it was. Okay. If I could have dinner with anyone in the world, I can't pick because I don't form emotional bonds that well. I'm kind of terrible at it, actually. I have very few friends. I don't know who I would be shipped with. Would not surprise me if they ship Shortcake with Oreo, which technically is almost canon in their world. I don't want to get into their lore very much, but they coexist in the same universe I made up. And as for Country Bowls, I don't watch really much about them. I don't really care for them. I think they're kind of interesting sometimes, but I also think it's kind of weird to humanize countries. Because what are you even basing their personality off of? I haven't watched many animes. I don't have a favorite anime character. I can get hot in fursuit, but this one, very nice, very breathable. If comments disappear, I can never tell if it's just my internet drops and I can't see the comments, or if you guys are just being quiet. Okay. I used to have a betta fish, but he passed away eventually a couple years ago, so I don't have betta fish anymore. Beyond that, I've had no other fishes. Like, I've had goldfish, but you know how goldfish are. And then, I don't watch Flaming. Haven't heard of it either. Flamingo. Haven't watched that either. I don't know if I have a particularly most embarrassing moment, and if I do remember one, that's not one for you to hear about. The skull I got at Walmart. Like, it had been something I had been planning to find eventually for a while. Like, when it was getting close to Halloween time and Walmart had all the Halloween stuff out. Like, I had spotted it and then I was like, I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna try and make that my Halloween costume this year. And I was very lucky. I got the last one that was left, and one of her eyes was falling out. There might be more this year, I don't know. If they are, hopefully they're not cheaper made. Technically, this is now 1.0. I'm planning a 2.0 one day when I have a job and make money. Oh my goodness, there's an octopus emoji. That's adorable. Because it's an octopus. Hello. I have not been to Ruby Falls. If I have, I don't remember it by name. I did see the pink heart emoji. I didn't see the squid one though. Squid or octopus, whatever it is. Yeah, the octopus emoji reminds me of this little guy, which is perfect. Because he's the mascot. My favorite animal is difficult to pick. I have a lot of favorites, or like a lot of ones I prefer over others. But I just generally like birds better than most things. So I do not give shoutouts to people who ask for shoutouts. I give shoutouts randomly. I haven't been to Virginia. I would put on music. However, the thing I use to play music is the thing I'm using for this live stream. And I don't know how to put those up simultaneously. I also have a lot of social anxiety, so I'd be absolutely terrified that you all would hate the music I like. You all are also about to see a very creepy occurrence because my hair is falling in front of my face and making the mask slide. So I gotta fix that real quick. The music I like always changes. It shifts to all sorts of things, through everything. I can't really pin it down a specific thing. Sometimes it's very emo music, sometimes it's like the exact opposite. Sometimes classical. Country music is the only one I don't really like to listen to, and I only don't like listening to it if I'm listening to it in headphones. Like, say, my parents put it on while they're working on something. I don't mind that. I like that. But I cannot put it on myself and enjoy listening to it. I used to have 2 cats. They had to be given away to other family members, though. Hello to people arriving. What people don't know is that I get a lot of my music taste from my mom. So that video I posted of me reacting to emo music, most of that I had heard first from my mom playing it when she was doing stuff like cleaning. So you can blame her for me being more emo. Bye to the people leaving. And I don't really have a favorite music artist. I have favorite songs. Because where I might like most of the songs of one person's, they might have one song that just ruins it for me. That's cool. I might have to check it out sometime. Boy with Uke makes some pretty good music. Some of it I enjoy, but like currently my music taste doesn't really align with it very well. I have not visited the UK, but that will be changing soon. I'm not going to specify when and where. Like, all I'm really gonna say is that it's this year and you won't recognize me. The UK is the United Kingdom, you know, Great Britain and all that. Yes, I have. I have listened to some of their music, but I never recognize it when people say MCR because I didn't really get involved with the people who like the music. I just kind of enjoyed some of the music. And then someone asked me that once, and I'm like, what is that? I don't get what you're saying in the chat right now. If you're asking if I am Therian or Otherkin, I am not. Bye to the person leaving. I have heard of Vampire Weekend. I like some of their music. I'm not going near Birmingham. Also, for the people in the UK, is there anything I should know as an American that is like an important cultural difference so that I don't screw up absolutely horribly? I have not heard of Red Fang. I am also not ultra human. I believe I am fully human, and if I had a past life of any sort, it doesn't really matter to me because I have my current life and I should live in the moment. Balloon sounds familiar, however, I cannot remember if I've actually listened to any of their songs specifically or not. I also have not heard of Aquabats. Hello to the person who arrived. Okay, can you tell me why you're going over all the different definitions of people who identify or connect with animals? Because I don't really understand why you're doing it, since I have just said that I identify completely as human and do not really care if I have a past life. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I kind of figured that would be a thing, because I know that there's different words that the UK uses that are different in America. Like, if I remember correctly, what you guys would call biscuits in America would be closer to cookies. I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly or not. I know that you're not telling me that I am ultra-human and that you're just telling me what it means. I'm asking why you're telling me what it means since I just told you that I am not. And hello to the people arriving. You know what I just realized? This is probably the best view you've gotten of these paws if they're ever shown, because they're always so dark. They're held in front of anything dark colored. You can't see them. Like you can't see this one, but you can see this one. Thank you. It's fine, you're not that late. I am unorganized and there has been no plan for this stream. Yeah, we do call what you guys would call a cookie a biscuit, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I've looked at this stuff and really made the connection, so it's difficult for me to remember. Bye to the people leaving. Welcome back to the person who's come back. Don't tell me it's not going to do it automatically anymore because I touched it. I do have chickens. I could do the math to tell you how many I have, but I don't feel like doing that right now, and there's a lot. And I try not to show too much chicken content because I know you all are going to be super disappointed knowing that most of the baby ones I have right now are destined to go in a freezer because most of them are roosters and we're only keeping one rooster. So I'm not showing too much about that. Get chocolate milk if you want chocolate milk. I'm not you. I don't live in your house. Hello to the people here. Or arriving. There are things in the tanks behind me. A leopard gecko and an axolotl. I can tell you I have more than 18 chickens. A lot more than 18 chickens. I'm pretty sure I have more than 20, but we also have a huge run for them, like gigantic. I do know what that is. I have indeed heard of the potion. If this mask could blink. If only if this mask could blink. Hello to people arriving. I'm bringing you guys up a bit so I can fix my posture. And stop being such a slouch. I understand no profanity, but that was also technically a joke, and it's not necessarily a joke I'm against. The only thing I really consider profanity is if, like, they're just spewing nasty words all the time. I'm doing well today. Thank you for asking. Just the thing to keep in mind with jokes, in text form, nobody can inform what tone of voice you're using. And the tone of voice can completely change the meaning of something. Also, I've noticed that too. Therians do seem to have very majestic backyards, but I think that's also has to do with camera angle, time of day, and all that other stuff. Square and roll don't go together, because when you roll something, it's a circle. A square is not a circle. I want to get to go to my forest. I only get to go there on Saturdays. It's not my forest, but they let me treat it like it's my forest, and I appreciate it. It's like 200 acres. I just get to run around. I'm here. I'm gonna get to go to a beach soon, and I hope to record some content at that beach. I don't live near the ocean, by the way. This is a trip I'm taking. That's a good question. Maybe I could put that up as a poll to help get people to actually look at my community tab. Hello, awesome that you got found my channel after you finished first fursuit. Fun fact, this right here is my first fursuit. But it's not the first fursuit like thing I have made. my first technical fursuit was a set of paws I made. And I could technically grab that to show you guys the first paws I made. However, I lost one of them and I only have one now. And when I do that, I'm also going to fix the mask because fixing the hair problem earlier did not actually fix it. So I'm going to go grab that and be off camera for a second and fix the mask. And I'm willing to bet you guys can still probably hear me because I'm still right here. And now I can see what you're saying again. This was the first paw I ever made. I made up the pattern myself. It's a little bit on the tight side and it's a little bit too wide for my liking, but I still think it's pretty okay for a first paw. Hello. Originally, Shortcake was going to have 4-fingered paws, and then I went, why not be a little bit more creative? Why not have a little more fun with that? So, 3-fingered paws. But I also screwed these ones up and the fingers are not the correct size universally. Like the middle finger is way too big compared to the side finger. So yeah, I really screwed up this poor thing. This one looks okay though, mostly. It has the opposite problem, kinda. Fun fact, she doesn't have beans. She's just smooth, fluffy paws, no beans. Bye, you don't have to apologize for leaving. Like, I'm still gonna be here. You guys, you can still watch my content. You don't have to apologize for leaving. Anyways, continuing the topic of discussion started earlier. She doesn't have beans because I was too lazy to make her beans. And at the time, I wasn't using a sewing machine. The entire thing was hand-stitched. And I was not going to hand-stitch paw beans onto her and take forever doing that. However, Oreo's paws has one big old paw bean in the center. Fake fur is expensive, and inflation did not help. Hi! It's been a while since I've seen you here. I can't remember how to pronounce your name. Finn, I think, based off of just your user tag. I actually didn't expect to see you here at all. It almost seemed like you almost went dead on YouTube. Which is fine. YouTube isn't your thing. Nothing against for that. Nothing against you for that. I like to make the streams about an hour long because it sets me on a good schedule to still get everything done that I want to get done in a day. So technically, yes, that does mean we're coming towards the end of this stream. Thank you, and I love your username. Glory is one of my favorite dragons in that series. I am paler than a ghost. I am a sheet of paper, and if I go out in the sun for longer than 10 minutes, I will burn. A lot more of a YouTube person right now. I also don't know if I can legally use platforms like Twitch or whatever it's called again. Technically, I have watched a Lord of the Rings trilogy, but it has been a long time since I have, so I don't remember anything. Beyond whatever the little goblin's name is, where he's always going like, precious. Fair enough. I have had motivation up until this point, and then I hit block, and now it's just gone crash. I do still enjoy posting, and when I find a good idea, I try to remember it to post it. I'm gonna have to start writing them down like every other basic YouTuber to remember the ideas, but yeah. Bye, and thank you for subscribing. And to be honest, Finn, if you don't post consistently and often, the views will start to go crashing down. That's what I've noticed. Like, if I go on a break for a while and then I post like 2 videos in a week, I will only get around 1,000 views on those videos. Yeah, I'm not really interested into looking at Twitch either because okay, I know 1K views may sound like a lot, but you also have to remember I have 7,000 subscribers. And I'm only getting 1,000 of them actually watching. And I'm not sure why that happens. Like, I'm gonna say determined, and I'm gonna keep building up the base and building up the views I get and building up the likes I get and really work at it. But I really don't understand how I can have 7,000 people subscribed and then have 1,000 views. Just stay strong and keep at it. Eventually, you'll get there. My first video only had 100 views, which was already way more than I expected, which is why I kept uploading till now I'm here. No chat spam or I will kick you out. Alright, so pay attention to those copyright strikes and just, like, if you are playing music in your videos, give credits to where the music comes from. Because if you aren't giving credits to where the music comes from, that's how you get copyrighted. Spamming is repeating the same message multiple times. It doesn't matter that each message is individual, that is still spam. And hello to the person who just arrived. Yeah, I like these streams too. And I hope to keep it towards this level. I really hope I don't eventually have to download a program that will slow down the chat for me, because that would be kind of expensive and real unfortunate. Or at least I think it would be expensive and it'd be difficult for me to set up. I am not very much of a tech person. I've really been making this whole thing up as I go along. Technically, this video is already on YouTube. That's how you can find it. Oh, things re-uploaded from TikTok can very easily get copyrighted because copyright rules are different on TikTok than they are on YouTube. So that's just something you have to be careful about. That's really awesome. Like, I like being able to talk with you guys through stream because it's a lot more one-on-one and a lot less chaotic and a lot less relying on the system to show you the video or hoping that you subscribe so you can find the video when it comes out. I'm just going to test something real quick. I wonder how far I have to lean forward for you guys to see my ears. Because technically your ears lean forward. Which is why it's so top heavy. And which is why the mask doesn't move when I hold my face here. Because the mask slides lower and I can't open my mouth far enough to open the mask. And I have to kind of look up to make it work. But that's also super awkward. Not very far. Interesting. My streams are completely random. Most often they'll be sometime around noon, and I try to stream a little more often because if I'm completely honest, I'm trying to be able to partner with YouTube to make a little bit of revenue. I don't like asking people to buy things from me or really asking you guys to be my source of income. But to be fair, I also need money. And my parents are more supportive of this YouTube channel if I'm able to make money from it. Yeah. I don't really like big streams either. Like, if I start getting more popular and am unable to keep up with the chat, I will stop live streaming. Like, maybe for a couple months or something. And then maybe randomly do one just to test the waters and see if it's calmed down. But, like, if there is a ton of people spamming chat at once, or if there are people who's been there, they can tell you tired of the stream, just spamming the same thing over and over, I'm gonna add my sister as a moderator and just have her start banning people. Because I really don't want it to become a madhouse. I like being able to just chill, relax, answer a few questions, tell a few stories, and just kind of hang out. Hello. It is. Like Fizz Eve had, if you know who that is, the clown Dino Mask person, had a live stream recently and I joined it. It was a complete madhouse in there. The chat was a complete madhouse. I can't help you with your problem there. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Like, what do you expect me to do about that? Sure, you told me, but like, there's nothing I can do about that. That is a pretty evil thing for a cousin to do, though. That's cute. Do you know what type of turtle it was? Honestly, depends on what country you live in because the types of turtles can vary wildly based on where you live. Where I live, that could be a box turtle, a map turtle, a red-eared slider, all sorts of things. Hello. I actually have a box turtle shell, which is unfortunate because, you know, what has to happen to get to turtle shell. But I found it naturally, so it's pretty cool to have. And it's completely intact. I wanted to become a furry because I thought the costumes were cool, not just for toe beans, but for literally everything else about them. What is this insanely cool thing? Fun fact, I can be quite violent towards my siblings at times. My siblings know better than to mess with me. I'll just leave it at that. That's pretty awesome. I have a deer jawbone too. I also have a deer skull right here. And here. Oh, you're the one I drew Benji for. If that's how you pronounce the name. Or you have the same name creator as the one named Benji. I have antlers too, but they're attached to the skull. I can show you guys the skull if you want as like the last little thing I do on this stream. As long as none of you are squeamish with bones. Okay. Trying to multitask is difficult. My best suggestion for you is just to focus on one project, get that project done, and then come back to the others and work on it one at a time. I want to find a bird's skull so badly, but they're so delicate they decay very quickly. Oh. My brother just ran upstairs and turned off the lights on the other side of the basement. It's now a little darker and more spooky. Woo! I do not have the patience to paint tiny little miniatures, so probably not. So anyways, I'm gonna grab the deer skull and show you guys and then end this stream because I have other stuff I need to get done today. Yeah. Ta-da! It's actually huge. Like, huge. Hello! You've come... Technically now I'll call that late in the stream because I'm planning on ending it soon. And I'm also trying not to stab myself with this skull. This one I was gifted by my great-grandpa because he's the one who owns the forest I go to all the time. Well, not all the time, but every once in a while. Like the videos you see of me exploring the forest, those videos are at his house. He gave this to me because he said he went on a walkabout, found it, and it made him think of me. So he's the one who gave this to me. And I expect to have more from him. Because he just does that. He just gives me stuff. And he tells me he found it because it was washed out of the river that he lives next to. I hate living in cities just because they always feel dangerous. I have huge distrust of cities. I plan on buying a car, but I have yet to actually obtain my driver's license. Want to see something that I think is morbidly funny real quick? I'll be back in a second. The eyeball I sculpted a while back fits in the skull's eye sockets. so I can give him an eye. And just look at that. Kinda. It doesn't fall in there. Yeah. And that was completely accidental, by the way. I just wanted to make an eyeball, and then while I had been making it, I realized, you know what would be cool? If I could fit this into my skulls, because that would be flippin' epic. The lights returned. So now, I'm gonna end this stream and go do what else I have to do today. Bye, y'all. And have a good day. When I reach the X button, my depth perception is terrible. Bye.